Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla if this is your first time here. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller Records. Every time I hear the name of this foundation, I think of, do you remember that song? I think it was like Young Guns, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Anyway, so the brand new NYX foundation is called Can't Stop, Won't Stop. It's a 24-hour wear foundation. It comes in 45 inclusive shades for $15. What's special about this foundation is that Alissa Ashley, yes, fellow YouTuber, helped create the colors for the foundation. She kind of collaborated with NYX to make sure that, I guess, all the skin tones were reached. And I'm all about creators, artists, YouTubers, beauty experts getting involved in helping kind of create better foundation shades. I don't even think this is gonna fit, but this is a PR box which has every color foundation. And you can see that there's, I think these are actually, all of them are real artists. You can see Alissa Ashley's up in here somewhere. I'm like out of breath because this thing is so heavy, but 45 shades because inclusivity should not be optional. Okay, you guys get it. Big PR box. Ugh. So you guys can see that the bottle comes with a pump. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty common for foundations. 24-hour wear, full coverage, matte. Okay, so I don't mind when a foundation is 24-hour wear, but nobody, okay, needs to have foundation on for 24 hours, okay? Unless y'all thought and bopping all night long, y'all don't need to have makeup on. So 24-hour claim to me doesn't really mean too much because I'm never gonna wear my foundation for that long. I'd rather just not wear anything, you know what I mean? But it's kind of cool to see NYX, a brand that's kind of been involved with influencers, with the beauty community, kind of just step it up and show that they're about inclusivity. And I love that they teamed up with Alissa. I think it's great that, you know, that we're getting involved, and I just love when brands have shades or, you know, try and come out with shades for everybody. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna swatch about 8 of the shades to try and find my perfect match. And I'm going to give you my first impressions of the foundation and if I recommend it. So without further ado, let's get started. Before I start swatching, I want you guys to see the shades. Like, it's almost as if there's like a warm, neutral, and cool kind of for every shade, if that makes sense. So like these kind of almost like all look the same, except they may have a different undertone. That's what I mean. We gonna see. So I'm gonna start with almond, and I'm going from light to dark, even though this looks a little darker. I don't know what's going on up in here. This is almond. Ooh, that's light. Yeah, light to dark. Almond, actually. I thought almond was gonna be a little bit lighter. Cinnamon. Whoa. What's going on here? Warm caramel. Either these were put in wrong, put in the PR box wrong, or something got a little mixed up in here. I'm not sure. This is honey. What is happening here? Okay, warm honey, mahogany, nutmeg, and this is warm mahogany. Okay, I feel like I need to swatch a couple more because I'm a little confused what's going on up in here. You can see that there are different, like these two are different undertones, but this one's lighter, and then these are lighter. And this is supposed to be going from light to dark. So let me swatch the next shade up to see what's happening up in here. All right, we got one more. This is Cappuccino. You know what this is reminding me of? Makeup Forever does this, where they don't necessarily put the colors in order from light to dark. They kind of have them in order by undertone a little bit. So this is, it's like, I feel like looking at it, it's kind of confusing because it's like dark light, dark light, dark light, and then there's like a huge gap here. Like almost like this one should be here and this, you know, but whatever, I'm gonna figure it out. I feel like almond could be my color. That doesn't look too bad. I also feel like this could kind of be my color, but this looks like it has a neutral undertone. All right, I see what's happening here. So which one's my color? I just wanna go with almond. So yeah, we're just gonna go with almond, and if it's not the right color, then I'll take it over, try something different. All right, I'm gonna start with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, my favorite. I'm just gonna use a little bit because this foundation is super matte, and I don't know, I just don't want to get cracky up in here. You know, like I don't want to be too matte. All right, so I'm just gonna pump almond onto my brush. This is actually categorized as a pink undertone. It says that on the box, which I'm like, I'm definitely not pink, but let's see. Maybe these foundations run like more golden. So the foundation's blending in really nicely. It's definitely like a thinner, kind of drier formula. Like I can see how you could kind of just get away wearing this without any powder. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Just looking at my skin, it does oxidize because you guys saw when I first put it on, I was like, ooh, this is looks a little light. But it does oxidize or warm up on your skin tone a little bit. It always throws me off a little bit when I see foundations and they don't really go from light to dark. They do, but then they aren't really in order. I don't know why, but whenever I swatch and I see that, I'm like, ah! I honestly don't feel like I even need to put powder on with this. Okay, so I definitely feel like the foundation runs slightly yellow, or at least this shade does, because this is a pink undertone and I feel like it just is like blending into my skin. It looks really good to me. This is one layer of the foundation. I'm just gonna add like a tiny bit more to see if it's buildable. See how it like goes on light and then kind of warms up? That's what I mean when I'm like, oh, it's oxidizing. So when foundations oxidize, which I mean almost everyone does, but some oxidize a little bit more, I guess, aggressively. This one definitely warms up. I feel like my skin looks super smooth and, oh, my skin looks really good right now. I would love to see someone with really oily skin try this foundation because I do feel like it's meant for oily skin and I have combination skin. So like my forehead gets oily, but my like down here can be very dry. I'm like a true combo skin because I have dry spots and I got a little oily spots. I have like a little bit of everything really. All right, I'm gonna conceal with the Born This Way Too Faced Butterscotch Concealer. I don't know why I always look at the name like I just did. Like I know the name of it, I use it every freaking day. You guys do that sometimes? You're like, what is this? Use it every single day. Anytime I try a new foundation, I always wanna use it with my, you know, my faves, my normal products. That way I can kind of just see how it performs. This is definitely drying to a matte finish without any powder or anything else. Like I'm almost noticing right here it's a little, not dry, but maybe like separating. We're gonna see though. I'm gonna see how it looks once I put powder and kind of set everything. I'm gonna see what the verdict is. I'm gonna contour my skin with my Maybelline 360 foundation stick. Just gonna use the same brush to kind of like buff it out. What's going on with my mirror up in here? Ooh, I put a lot of contour on my nose. Around my mouth is looking like a little dry. That's the only concern, but I'm not gonna stress about it or even judge it until I put powder and I set it. I've kind of learned my lesson when applying new foundations. I'm like, I need to wait until I'm done to really figure out if I like it. Cause I'll be like, oh, it's okay, I like it, oh, I don't know, and then at the end, I'll be like, okay, here's a real tea. All right, I'm gonna set my foundation with the Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. I'm just gonna lightly blot this on. I'm gonna try and use a little less powder than what I typically use because this is a matte foundation. Just gonna lightly set it. I feel like my skin looks almost like velvety. All right, I'm gonna go on with my Guerlain bronzer. I don't know why I just grabbed this big old brush. I don't usually use a brush this big for bronzer, but we're just gonna go with it, you know. My hands wanted to grab this, so just gonna roll with it. All right, so far, so good. I'm gonna throw on some lashes and a little lip gloss and a little brows and a little blush. And I will be right back with my final thoughts on the foundation. All right, I'm back. I did a little, you know, some. Okay, so let's just cut to the chase. My first impressions of the foundation. At first, I wasn't sure I was gonna like it because I was putting it on and I was like, the color was freaking me out. Like I wasn't sure, but after wearing it, I like it. It's definitely matte AF. And I feel like this is gonna be like a oily skin's fantasy, like their dream. They'll probably wear it every day. I feel a little dry in the foundation, especially like right here. Like I'm looking at myself, I'm like, wow, this looks amazing. But I do feel a little dry, you know? So I think this is gonna be the perfect foundation for like more on the oily side of combination skin and oily skin. I always have people asking me like, what's the best foundation for oily skin? What's good for oily skin? Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, this is gonna be amazing for oily skin. I like it. Other than me feeling a little dry, which, you know, I can live with. I like it. Congratulations, Alissa Ashley. I always say her name like that. It's never Alyssa. It's always like Alissa Ashley. Do you guys do that with people's like Instagram or YouTube names? You call them by the whole thing. Well, anyways, congratulations. This foundation comes out in a week, I believe, on August 16th, somewhere around there. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment below, subscribe to my channel, and last but not least, shred and slay. We gonna see though. Hi. So in today's video, which one? Where's my brush? You know? I don't know if I'm gonna keep that part. Just stay. Or should I go with this one? Oh.